You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites in pain. We just can't go on this way. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go on this way. Oh oh, oh oh oh. Lord, look around, you'll see the Pharaoh mentality ruling universally. Leaders promoting their ego, being a modern Pharaoh, tyrannies they manifesto. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So we children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh oh, oh oh oh. No no, no no no. The poor have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see their way. We don't enjoy equal facility like Pharaoh and company. Brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh oh, oh oh oh. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on. We just can't go on this way. No, we just can't go on. We just can't go on this way. No, we just can't go on. We just can't go on this way. No, we just can't go on. Oh Lord, why Lord must we suffer like this? You said that you would take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki pants. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lie. Not even thinking that we will realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the poor. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppressors pay.
lady, Gypsy.
No plight of my people. Too much of one thing, good for nothing. Too much a good thing, never enough. I don't know why my black people cannot see. No party never care about we. Every election we so devoted. How we love up with PNM. As soon as election come and go, it's only problem after problem. How could we cope? Man lost the hope. I ain't seeing no solution. Every time PNM come in power, it takes a toll on black man. I don't want to sound like a racist, but this is what I can see. They just take care of the race, but they damn well know they have we. I want to ring my bell, wake up Eric Williams. Tell him the party found him PNM needed immediate attention. Ring my bell, wake up Mother Cornhawks. Tell she to cast a spell on we party, cause it's not what it used to be. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. This thing is becoming out of hand. It's time this damn nonsense stop. If you don't sing a PNM song, from Skinner Park you'll be dropped. Calypsonian could have sing what they want. We were the spokesman for the people. Eric Duffy, Chambers Dunphy. When Kamala drunk, how she like to pee. Calypsonian know that's no way to go. Too much happening in we country. All this killing spree, young woman body, but only about PNM you could sing. All them songs playing on the radio, all you singing with Kamala do. But when PNM do a wrong thing, I ain't hearing a word from you. I want to ring my bell, wake up Mother Cosell. Every Monday she preach on Wack Radio and is the biggest critic of Calypso. Ring my bell for Patsy and Joni. I want them two cultural lovers to know not only PNM song is Calypso. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. Crime will never stop in this country once black people belly empty. How could a man work in CPEP maintain his whole family? All you say the past regime was so bad, so much wrong thing they done to we. Now that PNM take over, why poor people going hungry? When PNM win, all African grin. Now we get back we country. All they doing is complaining and ain't doing nothing for we. The mess already made, don't sit in the shade and ponder on we problem. Get off your ass and do it fast and find a way to solve them. I want to ring my bell, wake up Randolph Burrows. Tell him among all past police commissioners, up to now is he I prefer. Ring my bell, wake up the Lord Bryna. Tell him the state of Calypso today is a good thing he passed away.
Lady Justice. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. If I have no rights to privacy, well, it's best I take off my clothes. Please apologize, Mr. AG, for uttering those silly words. When Munilal say, hush your stink mouth, the whole country come down on the heat. Nobody tell him but nothing for calling a man stupidity. Please don't get me wrong, I am PNM strong. I will stand defend my party. But when my pocket dry and empty, everyone is my enemy. All you take with Carnival Village, no Calypsonian can't make a cent. Great is the PNM, I go sing that and pay my rent.
You get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. Say we get up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, is a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, make up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man of the people, jamming for black man.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? Lord Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio station that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this:
Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only in the village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you know how we study things here in the village.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
Yes, yes, and of course, that's the one and only, the original love doctor himself, Rani Muhammad. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we always say it doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear. You wear a purple t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome in the village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Washington on WZY 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from. You're from Mazatania, Xenorania, Sonoranius. Each and every one is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And let me bring in my co-host, the man himself, the one and only, the young man, Uncle Tommy. Boy. Tommy, how you going?
I'm
All right,
going
Tommy.
as good as I possibly can, and I thank you for asking. I'm having some
Wonderful.
equipment concerns or challenges this evening.
Nah, don't worry
You heard me.
yourself,
I'm
man.
having some equipment challenges. This.
Yeah, I know that go work itself out, man. Don't worry yourself. Them thing always work themselves out.
Alrighty.
You know what I mean? So whatever you have to do to fix it,
All right.
take it. Just be patient. That's all. So of course, Curtis Monteshad was
Yes.
in first tonight. Bijram, our friend from Fishing Pond, Sandy Grande. Today's menu is dal rice and pak choy, boy. Pak choy. No longer here pak choy, boy. I wonder if you just get pak choy up here, right?
Mm,
Judy, welcome. Blessings to you as well.
of
Caribbean
course.
Soul, welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tommy, today was a nice day. I didn't really do much today, to be honest with you.
You didn't get any. You didn't work out any.
No, remember I tell you, sitting on the bench for a little bit.
Okay. I thought you were gonna push the envelope a bit.
Nah, when these things happen, what I did, I increased. I just do this hamstring exercise. I went from doing about 30 of them to doing like about 50 to 60. So that's basically what I decided to do. Push the envelope a little bit with respect to that. You know, but um, Caribbean Soul say what we have in store tonight. Tommy, boy, Tommy, I thought the Prime Minister was supposed to have a press conference today. Did you hear anything about that?
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. Not one word.
Yeah, I was under the impression that the Prime Minister was gonna have a discussion tonight. But Tommy, I wanted to address something here, but I have to open up WhatsApp. Let me see if I open up WhatsApp. I want to see something. Hold up. Let me go to my let me get my you know what I'll do? This is what I'll do. I'm thinking that maybe I should take it from my phone. But sometimes when I use my phone, it doesn't give me. I want to talk about the IMF report because there's a few things in there that I think is very important. And let me see if if I take it here and let me put it over there so I could open it up on the screen. Let me see something. All right, let me try it over here. And if I open it up on the screen, then maybe I would be able to show people what I am talking about. Okay, here it is. And let me go over here now. Let me bring this up. Share screen. Let me see. All right, here it is. Share. Tommy, can you see that? You seen the IMF
Yeah.
report, right?
No, I am.
Okay, let me see if I could. I don't know how to stretch it. Let me see if I could stretch it. No, I won't be able to stretch it. Anyway, so this is the IMF report here. I want to concentrate on two things here in the IMF report that's going to have an effect on the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? I went through the whole report. I reviewed the whole report, and there are two things here. So this is the IMF report that people have been talking about, and the government was talking about, and the IMF give them a good review. All in all, the report had some good things in it, but there were some things that I think the government may not want people to know. And two important things. And its bullet is item number 7. And I'm going to read it for you. It says, addressing potential fiscal risk stemming from the pension system and the global energy transition will ensure long term sustainability. In the absence of reforms, the National Insurance System or NIS deficit is expected to widen. You hear that, right, Tommy? You're talking about NIS.
Yeah.
There's a deficit is
Yep.
expected to widen, depleting its reserves by the mid 2030s. So by the mid 2030s, there's going to be less money in the INS for people to get their pension. IMF staff welcomes the authority's proposal to increase the retirement age to 65 years. The authorities are encouraged to consider other measures to ensure the pension system sustainability. And listen to this. Listen to this. Including increasing the contribution rate. So what does that mean, Tommy?
That means that you have to pay more
That
for your
means
NIS.
there we go. There we go. So that means to say that whatever money you're making, you will have to set aside more money in order to contribute to NIS. And this is coming from to NIS. This is coming from the IMF, because they thought what a wonderful, fantastic, excellent report this was. But I haven't heard anybody said anything about this as yet, Tommy. Right? So let me read on. So the authorities are encouraged to consider other measures to ensure pension system sustainability, including increasing the contribution rate. The global transition towards low carbon economies is expected to reduce global demand for fossil fuels. This will impact the viability of fossil fuels extraction and result in lower government revenues. Did you hear that, Tommy? They didn't tell us about that.
Yep.
To avoid disruptive
No.
policy adjustment, it is important to design a sustainable long-term physical strategy. So let's just take that for a minute, Tommy, and then we can come back to it. Right? I mean, what I could have done, no, I can't stretch it. Let me remove that from the screen. So, Tommy, what that means is that what that means, Tommy, to the people of Trinidad and Tobago is that it's going to cost you more for NIS. You're going to have to take
Straight up.
more out of your salary. I mean, I guess that's acceptable, right?
I don't know how
You
acceptable
know,
that is, but
I'm trying to remember, Tommy, if at some point in time we had to pay more for Social Security, or there was a higher deduction for Social Security.
do you ever remember that?
Nah, I don't remember that.
Neither do I.
But the difference we had a 401k plan where we could put as much as I think it was the cap was 10%. And I think the company, yeah, the company will no, you can put 10%, right? And that was taken out before any taxes. And the company will match up to 10%. But you could put more, but anything over 10% will be taxed. Right? So what it is, you get your salary, they take
Mhm.
out the 10% that you put in your 401k plan, and then they will tax the balance. If you decide to put in 15%, 10% will be taxed, and then the other 5% will be taxed as well. No, 10% will be taken out and not taxed. And then the other 5% will be taxed. So what I used to do, I used to max out, right? So it's easy, 10% before any taxes. And so it's less money I have to get taxed, right? Yeah, yeah. Caribbean Soul, you're
Uh-huh.
right. There's some, yeah, highly welcome. So basically, there are IMF suggestions or IMF subscription how to keep a country alive. Yeah. So IMF is telling Trinidad and Tobago by 2030, your pension will be depleted. And the only way you're going to make up that deficit is by having people pay more into NIS. I mean, there's no other way. So again, Tommy,
Two
the people,
two measures. Increase the
Go ahead.
You hear me?
No, I just said
Increase the
increase.
retirement age.
Yes.
The retirement
And
age, number one, and number
yes,
two, take out more money. Take more money out of their salaries.
correct. Correct. 100% correct. Right?
That's the prescription.
That's the prescription. And that's the IMF telling the government of Trinidad and Tobago what they should do.
How to resolve,
Right?
how to resolve the issue.
Yep. But I don't think that was ever told to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I don't think so. So again, Tommy, it's gonna cost you, the individual, more money out of your salary that you barely surviving. Okay. So let's go back. There's one or two other things I wanted to look at. Uh so folks, you can go to imf.org and just type in Trinidad and Tobago and you will get this report. Right? Let me see what else now. Oh, okay, I had another one. Oh yeah, here we go. Another one. You remember at some point in time, the government had said there was no forex shortage.
True.
The IMF addressed that. And it says addressing foreign exchange shortage remains a priority. Although the CBTT, Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, additional FX intervention helped restore confidence and stabilize the FX market in 2023, it does not address the underlying structural FX shortfall in the market. IMF staff notes the authority's initiative to provide FX to small and medium-sized enterprise through a new facility at the Export-Import Bank of Trinidad and Tobago. Moving towards a more efficient and market-clearing infrastructure for allocating FX will help create a more conducive business environment for the private sector to invest and diversify the economy. Now, here's where the IMF is telling Trinidad and Tobago. The removal of all restrictions on current international transactions and greater exchange rate flexibility over the medium term will help meet the demand for FX, reduce the need for fiscal policy adjustment to restore external balance, and create room for more counter-cyclical monetary policy. Hear that? The IMF is
Yep.
suggesting to them the removal of all restrictions on current international transactions and greater exchange rate flexibility. So the government can say what they want. The Minister of Finance can say what he wants. There is a forex shortage in Trinidad and Tobago, and the government can easily, you know, and there are other good things in the report. But reading through the report, I felt those are two things that have a drastic effect on the man on the ground, right? And Tommy, did you see? Did you see the one with Ramsaran suing the government?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Caribbean source, the Wall Street. I
Hmm.
like to know the correct population number of TNT because since I born, I've been hearing Trinidad and Tobago has 1.4 million, and still hearing that 26 years after. All right, let me let me look that up. Sometimes I see 1.5 million.
26
What
years
is the
ago.
current population of Trinidad and Tobago? Let's see if we could find it. Some people say 1.4, some people say 1.5. So In order to understand that we do have a forex shortage, we're also going to play an audio for you of Ramsaran, and they had sent the government a pre-action protocol letter because they are unable to get foreign exchange or forex in order for them to purchase things outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So hold on, eh? All right, my phone. I don't know, boy. Like sometimes I just have B Mobile in this studio. Like I just get B Mobile.
I'm having some issues. I'm having some issues today. I can't even believe.
Internet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could understand that. What is the current population of Trinidad and Tobago? Let me see what they tell us is the current population of Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. So listen to this, right? Caribbean Soul. The current population of Trinidad and Tobago is 1,537,518 as of Monday, April 15, 2024. This estimate is based on the Worldometer elaboration of the latest United Nations data. Here are some additional details about the population of Trinidad and Tobago. Population density. Trinidad and Tobago has a population density of 299 people per square kilometer, 775 people per square mile. Urban population. Approximately 48.1% of the population lives in urban areas, which amounts to 738,037 people as of 2023. The median age in Trinidad and Tobago is 36.5 years. Ranking. Trinidad and Tobago ranks 153rd in the list of countries by population. Total land area. The total land area of Trinidad and Tobago is 5,130 square kilometers or 1,981 square miles. So we are no longer 1.4, we are now 1.5 million people in Trinidad and Tobago as of April 15, 2024. And interesting, 48.1% of the population lives in urban areas, and that amounts to 738,000 people. So nearly half the population lives in urban areas in Trinidad and Tobago. There we go. So since we're speaking about, I mean, I'm gonna get back to that after the break. But we have, Tommy, there is
Yeah.
a situation with a bill, I think it's in Parliament, regarding importation of honey, right? And I want to get to that because I cannot believe that what the government of Trinidad and Tobago wants to do with respect to honey. And you know what? Maybe Capitan, I know Capitan does something with honey. Maybe when he joins us, he can chime in on that. Because the government, there was sort of a ban on importation of honey in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah. But
It's
the
still
government wants
banned.
to put, huh?
Yeah, there's a ban.
But the government wants to change that. And for the life of me, Tommy,
Well,
I can understand that. So let's take a quick listen to this. Here's the video. Hold on. Okay, don't tell me that thing didn't thing. Hold on, eh? Oh, hold on. Yeah, sometimes when I
Yeah, the honey issue has been.
okay, I'll have to play it off my phone. Hold on.
Yeah, the honey issue has been. Yeah, the honey issue has been one that has been difficult to deal with for a number of reasons. Quite recently, the Trinidad and Tobago government, through its cabinet, approved what was required, and it is now before the parliament for legislative change. Once that is in place, I believe that that would no longer be an issue. I'm advised that the our Ministry of Agriculture is working very, very aggressively to try and get that done as quickly as possible because it is one of the commitments that was made by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and it is one that we intend to fulfill. The budget debate begins on this Friday, so I expect that within the next month or so, that issue should be on the table.
And that was Conrad Eno. Let me read. I, Tommy, I don't know where we're going, man. I don't know. Once they lift any ban, you know what that means, right? Let me read this.
Means the prices are going.
Yeah, say that again.
Once they lift the ban, that means that it's okay for everybody, any and everybody to import. So the
And
prices may
Tommy, correct. And that's gonna have
competition.
a drop.
Competition is going to drop
Yeah,
the prices.
correct, correct. It's gonna have a drastic effect on domestic producers of honey. You know, and for the life of me, boy, I don't understand why the government. Well, some people will say, yeah, well, honey is gonna become cheaper. But you know what's gonna happen, right, Tommy? One of them big conglomerate is gonna start to bring in honey from China, and they're gonna wipe out all them local honey dealers, wipe them out. So an amendment to the
The price of
Bookkeeping
local
Act.
honey got pretty expensive at time.
No, yeah, it's right, but it's my understanding it's one of the best honey, though, from a purity perspective. So here's the article: Amendment to Bookkeeping Act sours local honey industry. The news of potential legislation that will amend the law restricting the importation of honey into TNT has stung local beekeepers. It first broke when TNT's High Commissioner to Guyana, Conrad Enel, revealed last November that the legislation will be tabled in Trinidad's parliament. The bill was tabled in parliament last Friday and will come up for debate. The importation issue has troubled government of the past and has come knocking at the door of the Rowley's administration. Speaking to the Business Guardian from Guyana, Enel explained that TNT and Guyana developed a memorandum of understanding between both countries as a result of Guyana's leadership in agriculture for CARICOM. In that context, the first thing both countries explored was the barriers to goods and services. Honey emerged at the top of the list. According to Enel, President Dr. Irfan Ali of Guyana and Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley worked through what was necessary to change the legislation to allow for the honey issue to be resolved. He said there are several committees between both countries working through their various ministries on any issue that is interfering with the free movement of trade and are moving via legislation to make trade easier. Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, Avinash Singh, reaffirmed this in an interview with a regional newspaper on March the 19th. The honey matter is close to being resolved, Singh had said while attending the Food and Agriculture Regional Conference in Guyana. All of the technical matters have already been reviewed and are ready for implementation, he added. The Business Guardian reached out to Singh for further details regarding the proposed move, but he directed questions to Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, Kazim Hossain. Several questions to the ministry seeking clarity on the legislation, but no response was given. Is the local honey industry in jeopardy? For over half a century, this country's honey, bees, and bee-related products have been guided by the Food and Drug Act of 1960 and Beekeeping and Bee Product Act of 1935. The act prohibits the importation of the product. It has long been a contentious issue at the regional level, which goes against the Treaty of Chaguaramas, signed in 1973, which created a Caribbean single market and economy. Guyana has long called for access to enable its honey to pass through TNT's port and move to other Caribbean countries. While the amendment to the legislation may be sweet news for the region, local beekeepers have concerns, noting that before the news of the amendment, the honey industry was already facing many challenges. According to the beekeepers the Business Guardian spoke to, the top of the list was the continued deforestation across the country. Veteran beekeeper Bernard Mahabir pointed to indiscriminate logging, which he said had led to vast acreage of trees being cut down, resulting in fewer and fewer trees for the bees to forage nectar. Beyond logging, climate change is also having a severe impact on the local honey industry. Mahabir said there's too much heat and not enough moisture in the ground. For the trees to produce the nectar, you need photosynthesis. In the severe dry season, there's not enough moisture in the ground, and we are having too many dry nights. So it's drying up the nectar, he explained. The number of bushfires across the country has also been contributing to the challenge the honey industry faces. Mahabir, who is second-generation beekeeper, started in the industry in 1972. His father was a beekeeper, and now Mahabir's son is also a beekeeper. And it goes on and on. Tommy, I think instead of us protecting an industry, we appear to want to ruin an industry. That's my estimate. So we're going to go for a quick break, Tommy. When we come back, we're going to address more of that. So, folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message. Don't go nowhere. Sometimes when I say these short messages, here we go. All right, here we go.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
With your hosts, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to In the Village with your hosts, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM.
What's happening? This your boy Lil John.
Hey, yo, this the Yin Yang Twins.
You're listening to the sounds of
And we doing it real big with my dog.
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Hey, this is Lady Gaga.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
You're live in the mix with the one and only.
Hey, this is Justin Timberlake, and this is
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
This is Travis Scott, 21-7.
You're listening to In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
What it do is the baby, and we in the mix.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. So, Tommy, based on what I just read, is it possible that the local honey industry is in jeopardy?
Yes. They're going to be challenged because prices are going to, with importation, especially from China, prices are going to be lower.
So, in order to work out a deal with Guyana, we are putting our domestic honey industry in jeopardy. I just don't get that.
But
And I just learned of that today.
Prices of domestic honey went through the ceiling, though.
But so I'm hearing you kind of saying that it's okay for them to have foreign competition because prices are too high.
Yes. Prices are astronomical.
But isn't that because of the quality of the honey, or just because there's no competition?
I'm not sure if the quality is really as great as they say.
Yeah, I'm not really a user of honey, but I just feel that at the end of the day, as a government, you have to try to protect any local industry as much as possible against foreign competition. Because Trinidad and Tobago cannot compete with China. They can't compete with goods coming from them other countries. They can't. Because honey in Trinidad, say a 16-ounce bottle of honey, I'm just guessing here, costs $150. I mean, I sure somebody could import that from China for like maybe $50 US. I mean, TT. I use it in TT dollars. Yeah? And I mean, once that happens, that means to say that either the businesses in Trinidad will have to reduce their price, or it's not profitable for them to continue to make honey. If I was prime minister, I would think otherwise. I will more be interested in protecting the local industry more than anything else. Here's our partner Rishi again. Rishi, welcome. Hey, you know what is good plan? Why you don't come over to you for a few days and let's have a meeting like one in Pinal and Lavantel. People can come and ask questions and we'll have free drinks. Yeah, Rishi, that is not a bad idea, Yeah, but Tommy, yeah, Rishi, are you there?
I hear.
Rishi boy, I ain't sure now, Rishi boy. All them people in Trinidad is today. Enjoy welcome. Joan welcome. Enjoy welcome. So I am not in favor of, because in my estimation, Tommy, one of them big conglomerates in Trinidad and Tobago, right, will import a large amount of honey to Trinidad and Tobago and basically wipe out the local industry quickly, 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 quickly. And I don't think that's a good thing. I just don't see how that would benefit. It's like, bringing Walmart into, it's like when PriceMart established in Trinidad and Tobago, right? I mean, who can compete with PriceMart in Trinidad?
But everybody's still holding their own, all the competitors.
The mom and pop stores or the other competitors?
Everybody doing what they have to do. Mom and pops, there's room for everybody.
I am just skeptical about bringing in, because it has been beneficial to the domestic consumers for so long, and now you're going to bring it. I just don't see how they could benefit from that. I really don't. I'm trying to find something, but I'm not finding anything. People go out to pack up, and people will have to decide that, you know what, no longer can I continue to be a producer of honey. They got to get out of the business. Plain talk, bad manners. Let me say something else here. So, Tommy, do you know of a person by the name of Cayman 6?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Trinidad artist.
There we go. Tommy, we have a lot of people coming from outside of Trinidad and Tobago and coming into Trinidad and Tobago. But before we do that, Tommy, let's go back to the issue with the shortage of forex in Trinidad and Tobago. We started to talk about that, right? And Ram Saran, remember Ram Saran, Peanut Punch, they had some difficulties previously, right?
Right.
They have threatened the government with a lawsuit because of problems with them getting forex.
Foreign exchange.
Right. We want to take a listen to that. Hold on, let's get that. So when we look at the IMF report, and the IMF talks about a forex shortage, we know there's a forex shortage in Trinidad. And this convinced it even more with regard to a forex shortage in Trinidad and Tobago. So let's take a listen to this.
On Monday, April 15, 2024, lawyers for Ramsar Dairy Products, RDP, threatened to take legal action against the Rowley-led RPNM government over its inability to source foreign exchange to import paper-based cartons. In a pre-action protocol letter sent to Attorney General Reginald Armour, the company, a local beverage producer, said that in March and September 2017, requests for foreign exchange were made by RDP founder, Rajan and Ramsaran, and were refused by Finance Minister Coleman Burt. It is here that we form the view that foreign exchange in Trinidad and Tobago may not be equally distributed, said the company's attorney, Richard Jagasar. He noted that at least 4 companies did not appear to be faced with similar difficulties accessing foreign exchange. Ramsar Dairy Products is a well-known brand in Trinidad and Tobago. It is a reputable medium-sized family-owned business that has been in operation for several years, the pre-action protocol letter stated, adding that RDP has contributed to the local economy, providing jobs and locally made products which are packaged in paper-based cartons. It said other locally based producers predominantly package their products in plastic packaging. It is universally acceptable that plastic is bad for the environment and degradable and/or reusable substances are preferred the world over, according to the company, which pointed to a large distributor as an example of the unequal distribution of wealth and resources. To put it plainly, some companies appear to be gaining liberal access for foreign exchange, while others are being unjustly denied equal and fair treatment. Moreover, it is noteworthy that while some of the companies are mere agents or redistributors of imported materials, Ramsar and Dairy Products is a locally based product, which means investments and revenue will circulate in Trinidad and Tobago. The letter alleged that Ramsaran's applications for foreign exchange necessary for his livelihood have been consistently refused, while other companies and consumers of foreign exchange are treated differently and more favorably. Another serious blow for the RPNM government. On Monday, April.
So there you have it, Tommy.
Yep.
Difficulties getting Forex in Trinidad. You know, I mean, Tommy, growing up in Trinidad, I don't remember ever having difficulties getting US dollars. I mean, when we left Trinidad, well, that was such a long time ago. There wasn't any problems getting US dollars.
It was a non-issue.
It was a non-issue. Yeah, maybe you're right, Judy. It shouldn't be just Ramsaran. It should be other businesses as well, and individuals too. Because Tommy, just imagine, and we just had the same thing with Inshan Ishmael.
Ishmael.
You come into America and they tell you, here's 600 US for two of you guys, and you're coming for 7 to 10 days. What are you gonna do with that? How do you pay? How do you pay for your hotel? I mean, maybe you could use your credit card, right? But I think there's a limit. Yes, COP.
Good night to you, Wall Street.
Good night to you.
And good night to you, Uncle Tony. I wait on Wall Street to hear you say, well, the line open up to the public. When you mentioning that at all, I say, well, let me intervene. Good night. Good night to the listeners. Wall Street is a sad thing, you know. Ramsaran, that company not just get any opportunity, you know. They have been victimized by an Antiguan born, victimizing a Trinbagonian born citizen of this country, supported by a Dominican Attorney General and a Tobagonian Prime Minister. What I see in here and what I hear in here, that is true victimize. Like, to victimize a citizen of the country supposed to be illegal. But Richard Jagasa, that is a young attorney that winning matters because them is not just, them is constitutional attorneys. And I believe they will win that matter. But how the IMF, Wall Street, Uncle Tony, and listeners of your program, Wall Street, 2030 under the PNM supposed to be a time of where the citizens get opportunities and it's supposed to be nice. It's not supposed to be, because I can remember how the PNM campaign with 2030 and they set goals for 2030 to be prosperous. But if the IMF telling we by 2030, not just telling we, telling the citizens of this country, especially the government, the PNM government, by 2020, the senior citizen pension.
2030. By 2030.
By 2030,
yeah,
the PNM pension, the senior citizen pension, Wall Street, will cut down in more than half. That is what the citizens of this country waiting for 2030 for. When Patrick Manning roll out that strategy by 2030, Dr. Rowley pick up that one campaign and that. But by 2030, we will have high water rate in this country. We will have high light bills in this country because these are the things that they're looking to raise. They never campaign and say when we go in office, we're going to raise water, we're going to raise light bill, we're going to hit your property tax, we're going to raise tax on every well shit. You know, if you don't want to buy a watch in Trinidad over here, because the watch is $3,000 and you could buy it online. You could buy it online for $500. You know, if you want to bring that over here, the tax they put on it, better you buy it over here because it come up more. And when you bring it in barrel, they charge you by the pound, you know.
When you bring
but
up
by 2030,
when you bring up
we
barrel,
supposed to have a sports country.
Kunji,
Wall Street.
when you bring up barrel, they charge you by the pound.
By the pound.
I didn't know that.
By the pound, Wall Street. Even though you go America and you coming back here, it's by the pound in your bag too. When you go in the market, they sell your tomatoes by the pound. They sell your dashing by the pound. When they charge you by the pound, they make more money. What type of government? What type of government, listeners, human being, will support a government? This beehive industry in Trinidad, it's suffering. But the people them taking this thing and they're doing the right thing, and you see they coming out all down Maracas side down there with real honey. Why they don't help them? Why they don't help them develop that industry and make it prosperous for them? Rather than to tell them we don't want it in Trinidad over here. Because I was telling them we don't want it in Trinidad over here. We catch you doing that, we go charge you 100,000. We have some Indian people in Guyana, them mining better bees. We will do our industry with them and let them make the money. The black man in Trinidad who mining bees over here, you just want to get bee sting. That's what I'm telling you. What type of government will help the citizens develop in that industry? I listened to the Honorable Prime Minister San Fernando in a meeting. Belgrove, he said good night to you, Mr. Belgrove. Mr. Belgrove come over there because he want the funeral home and them to be an industry. The funeral homes and them fighting to be a industry. But the government will help the beehives, people and them, create an industry and help them market the honey all over the world. Trinidad and Tobago honey. We done have the best cocoa already. Trinidad and Tobago nice sweet honey. Why? Why your government wouldn't be interested in that? Uncle Tony, can you tell me, Uncle Tony, you have a wealth of experience and you just keep it in there quiet, 3 hours, 4 days a week, and you just keep it quiet to yourself, Uncle Tony. Try to reveal that knowledge to the future of this country. The future of this country depending. Uncle Tony, we depend on your voice, you know. We want to hear you more, you know. The knowledge you have, you're not bringing it out, you know. Uncle Tony.
I hear you, Coach. You do a nice job. Coach, you do a great job. Coach, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
I do a great job. Well, I want you to do better, Uncle Tony. I want to challenge you in doing that, in doing better too. What Wall Street and you doing over here? Uncle Tony, what all you doing over here? The future of this country. Probably the mothers and fathers that support the PNN that call them on that program and then decide to cost earlier, their children will even benefit because whilst they're growing up, they will know right from wrong. And whilst they listen, they will say, Franco, man, why are you growing up? My mother and father was misleading us. They're even saying it now. So what are they doing over here? The future of this country very fit and depending on you guys. Nobody else don't do it. Aisha will also do it. TCN heavy doing it. But you are from foreign country. Show so much interest in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and highlight everything with accountability and transparency. Honesty. Who will not? Who in the right mind will not appreciate that? I will. I will. And the listeners outside there, encourage your neighbors, encourage your friends, because I know there are many of you, hundreds of you listening. Share it. Encourage your friends and your family to be part of the show. To be part of the show, not just to cost the PNM and to cost the UNC, but to make an independent nation building contribution that will benefit the future of this country. Trinidad and Tobago have been going right down. Murders like that. I wouldn't blame the government 100% for all them crime and violence, you know? But they have a responsibility. They take with money and say they will do better. Do it. Do it. That's why I say, you know.
There we go. Listen to this
Thank
video.
you,
I'm
thank
going to
you,
play
Wall
it.
Street.
Yeah, man.
Is that?
Yeah, man. Listen
Yeah.
to this video when you come off here. Good.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah. As he said that, right, Tommy? I had this video and I was waiting to play it. Here we go. This is an opinion by a young man. Tell me what you think about this. Once I hear Kunji said what he said, this young man had made some statements. Take a listen.
I wanna talk to all the parents in Trinidad and Tobago here today. It's okay to say you feel as a parent. It's okay to ask for help as a parent. When you have a child, you are a parent for eternity. Somehow you feel that when you have a child, is a parent conveniently. A parent being a parent not a job. You can't be a parent 9 to 4 in the evening. You have to be a parent every single minute, every single moment of your life when you have a child. A child is like a sponge. Whatever it is you rest a child in, is going to suck it up. Meaning, if you have your child around the block, you have your child around the badness and the corruptedness, your child is going to suck up that and feel like the right thing. You understand? What you want to talk about? Plenty of us parents fear to say that the problem our children are having today, we causing it, we started. Because when we see them going astray, we don't pull them back and say, hey, we're going on with you, come back here. We just wait until the sunlight on in the road bleeding out for your life to say, oh God, he was a good boy. Why when you see a child with a gun and you see him on the block, you don't pull him up and say, hey, come here, come on, go and look for government work. Get that bad boy back your gun. Why when you see a daughter wearing short clothes or she booms outside, you don't pull she up and say, hey, use my child, a woman must be seen and not heard. A lady must be a lady all the times. But now we just do, we just wait until the problem reach home to drop down and cry and bow along the place and say, oh God, why? The question is why you as a parent didn't do the right thing. Plenty of us as parents is feeling. Plenty of we as parents is feeling. I'm telling you. Now you can't be perfect, eh? You can't dot all your I's and cross all your T's. But there are certain I's and certain T's you have to dot and you have to cross. You have to. Anytime your child turn out to be a bad boy, your daughter have 4 children, 425 and these things, just know to yourself that you as a parent has failed. You has failed because you leave a child in a situation where all they can suck up is negativity. We as black parents need to put our children in situation where they can suck up positivity. The Indian and the Chinese put the children in places to suck up wealth, suck up business. We just put the children in places to suck up only the block and negativity as black people. I don't like it.
What says you, Tommy?
Yes. He's preaching. That's a sermon he delivered.
Yeah, when I listen to it, it's funny, There's something called time and place, right? And there's time and place. And once I hear Kunji say what he said, then I say, you know what? That's the right time for that, you know?
Yes.
And Jerome says PNM supporters don't have time to correct their children. They only have time to call radio station to cuss Kamala and the UNC, right? Judy says raw facts. Preach raw facts, brother. Jerome Moses says PNM supporters. He talking about. KFC, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Washit. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Washit, that young man, you ain't give him a round of applause.
Oh God, oh God, oh
He
God.
spit through there.
Yeah. All right. My bad.
He deserve that.
my bad.
I take it that we was talking on TikTok and I play it over and over. But we say they shoot.
That's why I quiet so. Yeah, man. He preach.
Yeah,
he preach.
Talk reality.
Full 100. Full 100.
Yeah, look, listen, love.
Yeah, straight and balanced. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy, the young man preacher.
Oh yeah.
He actually preached, boy. I had it there, and I was waiting for the right time in order to play it.
You time it well.
Yeah. Just boy. Tell me, where did we go wrong, boy?
Well,
where did we?
It's complicated.
Very complicated.
It's complex.
Yeah, I want to get back to Banmeha. Banmeha, welcome. Banmeha, before you joined us, we actually read from the IMF report about what you just put here in the TT Guardian. IMF calls for removal of forex restriction. A staff mission from the International Monetary Fund yesterday said it again, encourages the Ministry of Finance and Central Bank to remove all restrictions on current international transactions. Yeah, we read that directly from the IMF report. And we read also about the forex. As we talk about the forex, and we read about the NIS, whereas that the IMF is recommending to the government of Trinidad and Tobago that people who are part of INS gonna have to increase their contributions to INS because by 2030 the money gonna run out. So they recommended that the government have the NIS increase people's contribution to NIS. So that means to say, if anybody contributing NIS, or they look for an increase coming soon. Right? So you all heard it first here on WZYE 95.9 FM. You know? Another increase for you all. Right? Judy says, let me go back to this one here. Rowley going to Venezuela, and what did it do with the USD to our country? Okay. Yeah. You see? Prime Minister Rowley's statement, making the rich richer, will be part of his legacy in Trinidad and Tobago.
So they can help the poor.
Yeah? You know what? Tommy, I teach global business, right? And I was having this discussion with my son
Yeah.
because he heard him was talking about the honey industry and the restrictions that they had. And, he had a kind of a different view, which kind of makes sense to her. Because, of course, Tommy, when you take off any restrictions on import, you will have cheaper products coming into the country and it will lower the price of whatever that product is, similar product is in the country. But in my estimation, with the type of climate that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't need a conglomerate taking over the honey industry in Trinidad and Tobago. It's not necessary. Yes, the honey might be a little expensive, but I don't know if people in Trinidad is complaining about how expensive honey is. I don't know. Right? But why mess with it? Why mess with it? You could work out whatever deal you want with Guyana. You could have a separate agreement with Guyana. Right? Or Tommy, you could have a restriction and say, all right, Guyana, you could export X amount of tons or pounds to Trinidad and Tobago. And anything over that, they will be taxed. As an example. Some type of innovative idea to come up with to protect your domestic industry. You know who was very good at that? Donald Trump. He was very good at protecting the domestic industries here in the United States of America. Right? And they call him a protectionist president. And the reason why he's protectionist is because he was protecting the local industries here in the United States of America. Right? And one of the things is through tariffs, but when you put tariffs on products, it just becomes more expensive. Right? That's one of the ways you put tariff on the product. You import it, it's going to cost a little more. So I don't understand for the life of me why the government is not interested in protecting our local industry. Because we need more of these. We don't need less of them. We need more of them. Yeah. Judy said we need Trump back in office. Oh God, Judy. Rishi said we're in a bad position. Darren says Wall Street, how they hope to achieve that when there's so much unemployment? Well, Darren, welcome. It's simple. The people who pay in NIS, them go pay. That's simple. Them go pay. And from all the things you hear about the IMF report, you heard how the government was gloating about the IMF report and telling people we get this fantastic report from the IMF, and the IMF is telling us this and the IMF is telling that. And two important things that's in the news. Forex is in the news. We never hear a word from the government on Forex. NIS was in the news because they want to raise the retirement age to 65. And in addition to that, you all have to pay more into NIS. It's coming, It's coming. So don't say we never told you. Right? And I don't know if they really can do anything about it. I don't know. Because if they don't tell me by 2030, there will be no money left in order for people to collect the NIS. Yeah. I just
You're gonna have to do something.
Yeah. I that just hit me by surprise, Tommy. It because and that is why, Tommy, the price was so high, because They had restrictions. And I think at the end of the day, that's not a bad idea. Because in that situation, Tommy, you have a choice, you know. You don't have to buy it if it's too expensive. You don't have to use honey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when you list, good.
Getting back to the contributions, we have to realize that people are making less and less children compared to 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Even as time go on, people, it, you know, there's gonna be a problem. So the numbers has to increase. The contributions has to increase.
I I I don't know, Tommy. I don't know. And you know there was something else about subsidies there too, you know. Let me see. Let me see if I put out that part too. Oh, the IMF had told the government they have to remove subsidies as well. What does that mean, Tommy? If the government had removed subsidies.
Increase prices.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Um, I'm looking for that one. Let me see if where I put that. Yes, if you remove subsidies, that means to say, okay, it's this one here, forex. Okay. Okay, here it is. Oh yes, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So I'm reading from the IMF report now. Strengthening the medium-term fiscal position will be important to rebuild buffers to respond to potential shocks. IMF staff welcomes the authorities' efforts to enhance revenue mobilization. And here are the examples. Listen, listen. Strengthening the medium-term fiscal position will be important to rebuild buffers to respond to potential shock. IMF staff welcomes the authority efforts to enhance revenue mobilization. Example, property tax, gambling tax, and operationalization of the revenue authority. Additional revenue could be generated by adjusting the fiscal regime of the energy sector, boosting non-energy revenue, and strengthening tax compliance and administration. Strengthening tax compliance. You all know what that means, right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Making sure you pay.
Oh God. Lord have his mercy.
Yep.
Oh God. Yeah, and if you don't pay, the easiest thing to do, well, we go charge them about a 15% interest, or we go charge you a late fee. Yeah? Let's read on. It has listen to this, folks. Listen. Don't say we didn't tell all you, you know. We only bring you all the facts, the whole facts, and nothing but the facts. FAXS. Listen, it is advised to continue gradually phasing out subsidies while protecting the most vulnerable, streamlining transfers to state-owned enterprise, and in improving the efficiency and quality of public spending. Let me repeat that. It is advised to continue gradually phasing out subsidies while protecting the vulnerable, streamlining transfers to state-owned enterprise, and improving the efficiency and quality of public spending. Well, you know what that means? Efficiency of public spending
Of course.
Hello? Job cutbacks? One of them?
Grant cut.
There we go.
Cutting
Yeah.
cutting subventions.
Yes. Yeah. Telling people you could get $1,000 book grant, but making you have to jump through hoops to get it. Making it available, but not making it easy. You go jump through hoops to get this book grant. All right. The pace and composition of adjustment should continue to support growth-friendly expenditure and protect essential capital spending. These measures will help strengthen the fiscal position and maintain public debt well below the authorities' soft debt targets. That is the IMF. That is what the government didn't tell the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Not only are you all going to have to pay more for NIS, but you see them subsidies, them going away sooner rather than later. And you see all them work, all you have in WASA and T and Tech and all kind of thing, them too going. Why? And you know what, Tommy? In my estimation, the government needs to be transparent with the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Because, you know, two things, right, Tommy? Those in the go along, get along RPNM gang who could decipher the IMF report will decipher it, but leave out those three items and talk about all the other items. Right? So they will talk about it, one, they'll talk about the IMF report, what a glowing report the IMF gives the country. And secondly, they will leave out the parts where they talk about the NIS, where they talk about cutting subsidies, where they talk about, you know, all them WASA and T and Tech and all of them, you know, streamlining them. They're not going to talk about those things. Because if you talk about those things, people will get fearful, and there's a general election coming up. So you had to ignore those things. Yeah?
Yep.
Darren said Wall Street. It goes back to my previous question. How they hope when so much unemployment? Well, I say this to you. The IMF doesn't really care. Let me not say the IMF don't care. But part of the problem with the IMF is that they have a one-size-fits-all policies, and a policy in Haiti might not be right policy for Trinidad and Tobago if Trinidad and Tobago ever have to go to the IMF. You see? And it should be according to the country and the difficulties that they have policies for those countries. Well, Banmeha, I am not an economist, you know, but I do have opinions. We love to hear Wall Street opinion on the green economy as an economist. I could give you my opinion, right? So I'll give you my opinion. I don't think we are looking at how technology will affect how life will be in 2 to 3 years. For example, there'll be no electricity bill as we know it. There'll be no electrical grid. Solar system will be very affordable in the next year. I don't know if Trinidad is going to get there in 2 to 3 years. What do you think, Tommy?
I think that's a short amount of time to get there.
Yeah, I think they're going to need more than that. I think they're going to need more than that. Margaret says, I meant hell no to Trump. Under Trump, the rich got richer too. Yeah, I'm not a supporter of Donald Trump. And the reason why I'm not a supporter of Donald Trump is because when Trump was in power, it was scary when you went out for the type of things they used to have. Tell me, remember they used to have ice on buses in Port Authority?
Yep.
And sometimes you might have to walk with like your passport or something like that. And at one point in time, even though you were a citizen, and you had your green card and then you got citizenship, and if you did something wrong, there was something where they were saying they could still send you back to your country. But that was kind of scary. Judy says, we have a honey project going on in Trinidad.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know. You don't think so? Tommy, I think I saw something about that,
That,
Yeah, no, I
that,
think
there,
I saw something about,
that there is a honey
yeah,
project.
that they have yeah. Honey, is there a honey project at UE in Trinidad? I think I saw something about it. Let me see if it's UE in Trinidad. Is there a honey project at UE in Trinidad? Oh, go on, hold on. Yeah, I was reading. Yeah, hold on, hold on. I think I had read something about that. You know who would have been able to also help us with that too as well? Um, Capitan. Capitan Mind
Yes.
Beast, right?
That's what he said. I heard him say that.
Yeah. He's a B man. Oh, she says her daughter is looking to it as a member. What? Another baby have confirmed dead at Port of Spring General Hospital. Just say it
So
on CNC3 News. Wow.
if that's the case, that's
Yeah, yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Tommy, as Caribbean Soul raised that point, I don't know if the the Minister of Health should go because of the 7 deaths. What's your opinion on that?
I don't see how that's gonna help that the minister go in. I think they have to deal with the immediate supervision scheme in that area.
Yeah, I think the immediate people should have been put on leave long time. They should have been sitting at home. They can collect their salary, but sit at home and let's go through the investigation. But the investigation might take 5 years anyway. Or they might have a commission to do an investigation. Might have to pay them a few millions, hire some attorneys, and they do an investigation. And by the time it finishes, about 3, 4, 5 million. But I think the
Yeah,
person closest to that situation should be responsible. You know.
true.
Now I think that situation and how is that situation and Fitzgerald Hines' situation any different?
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because under Fitzgerald Hines, and listen, I have called for Fitzgerald Hines to go. So I mean, I think he have outlived his usefulness as Minister of National Security, not only because of the things that are happening in the country, but because of his actions of the things that are happening. You know, because when certain things happen, you know, he's very silent as a Minister of National Security as well as the Commissioner of Police. But the Minister of Health have been very forthcoming so to speak, with regards to the things that have happened. So I wouldn't blame him for the things that have happened. All right. And I think we just had a video of him. Yeah. But anyway, Tommy, let me go back to Judy's question real quick. Yes, there is a pollinator garden program at the University of the West Indies in Trinidad and Tobago. The UWI Life Sciences Department at the St. Augustine campus launched a pollinator garden to support and maintain pollinators like insects and birds. The garden aims to attract pollinators with pollen and nectar, ensuring that they remain in an area to assist with pollination for food production. Additionally, the UWI St. Augustine campus has a marketplace that supports the marketing of various produce from the Faculty of Food and Agriculture. This revenue generating project provides safe, locally grown produce and other sustainability raised items. Among the products available are UWI milk, sustainably raised gourmet meats, fish, eggs, fresh vegetable, UWI corn, UWI sweet corn, and honey, along with other artisan and specialty items. The market also sells ornamental plants, herbs, seedlings, seed kits, and compost. Students and staff are encouraged to sell their own products, fostering community, identity, and involvement. Furthermore, the UWI Agro Environmental Services offers a soil quality testing package designed to capture the holistic nature of soil quality by measuring key parameters. While limited information is available about the honey industry in Trinidad and Tobago, the country has a well founded reputation for the production of world class honey. You hear that?
Yep.
Well founded reputation for the production of world class honey. So the RPNM, the wicked, evil RPNM, want to get rid of a world class honey, reputation for production of world class honey. So one of those conglomerates that don't look like us will have the honey industry in Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, what a tangle web we weave when we try to deceive. Sad, sad. When I saw that, I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it. I'm telling you. I had a discussion with my son about it. I could not believe it. Unbelievable. Okay. Oh God. Trinini Zeno. Bijram says Minister of Health. Not Minister of Health, but Minister of Health. No, you know what? We have to be honest with certain things, though. And I don't believe just calling for the Minister of Health to resign because 7 babies died. Let's look at all the facts surrounding the situation, right? Because he may not even have known about that situation until after it happened. What is the status? How this happened? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Julie says, "What should I truly believe? Doctors are responsible for those babies passing. They have to know what is the cause." Yeah, yeah. The doctors that are close to that situation and any supervisor, managers, them should already be home sitting down waiting to hear the outcome. In my estimation, Ban Meha says, check these states: Barbados solar water heater industry. The island's 200,000 inhabitants now boast more than 50,000 SWH installations and save over 100,000 MWH. Is that megawatts of energy per year? It told me MWH.
MWH.
Of energy per year.
Megawatt.
Oh, that megawatts. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, Barbados have been always ahead of us as far as solar is concerned. Right, Tommy? Barbados was always ahead of us.
Of course.
Yeah. They were way ahead of us. Banmea said once Rowley is gone, things will take off in TNT technology wise. Go run. Rushton will take us there. I go on. Oh God. Banmea supporting Rushton, but but
What?
Banmea don't go yet. Before you go, I want to play a video for you. Hold on, Cameron, welcome. Good night. I just like to say a terrorist threat was sent to a school a few days ago, and only the Minister of Education came out. Only Minister came out. Where the Prime Minister and the National Security? Well, the Prime Minister was on vacation. I don't think he came back till this week, right, Tommy? So the Minister of Education. Now, you see, Tommy, I think that's the big difference between Fitzgerald Hines and Terence Dialsing. There have been many situations where Fitzgerald Hines have been absent, where he should have been present. Right? He should have been having press conference, whether it's with him and the Commissioner of Police, or making the Commissioner of Police have a press conference. Telling her, you have to have a press conference. All right? So Darren disagrees. Darren says, I disagree. The Minister of Health oversees all parts of the health sector. Then he should be held responsible. In every other country, the Minister of Health will resign already. Well, Darren, Trinidad is not any other country. And whenever do we have a minister resigning in Trinidad and Tobago? Can anybody recall the last time a minister resigned in Trinidad and Tobago without having to resign? For whatever reason. They resign on his own accord then. Something happened and they decide, you know what? Yeah, boy, I take full responsibility. I don't think that happens in Trinidad. Margaret says all agriculture that's imported is run by the mafia. Oh God. Yeah, we did a video on that too, Food importation in Trinidad. Sanitation, including chemicals to use on water to kill bacteria at least once a week. Something, boy. Something went wrong, boy. Something went wrong. Cameron says, I will say it once, I say it again. It seems the Rowley-led government just want to destroy this country because there's no way this country is so bad lucky. Boy, something wrong, boy. Wall Street, this is not the first time 7 babies died in TT. Remember the young couple from many years ago? Was it 7 at, that wasn't 7 at one time, right, Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Is what 7 over a period of time? Okay. The doctors, nurses, supervisor, etc. Those are the ones responsible for those baby deaths. Carmen, more, Noel, welcome. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Margaret, and I think that's where the responsibility should lie. We got, and I think that there's a big difference between, and I mean, I don't even like comparing them European ministers or them anywhere, but we're talking about it. I think there's a big difference between Fitzgerald Hines as Minister of National Security and Terence Dialsing. I can call for Fitzgerald Hines to go because, in my estimation, he's an abysmal failure. Failure. He has failed his way up to Minister of National Security. He's failed his way up to the top. He's failed in Navantil West, and he's failed as a Minister of National Security. By the way, Fitzgerald Hines is one of the few ministers who so far, in almost every ministry he have held, he ended up being moved to another ministry, so far. So, folks, we're going to go for a quick break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We're going to go for a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting you know. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up in parliament economy. But let the moderator send another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. Yes, I'm like some goats when they come looking for votes. Sit to empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up in parliament economy. But let the moderator send another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.
FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in New Jersey for talk, news, sports, and information on the Caribbean. You're listening to...
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Darren says, Wall Street, have you forgotten that 4,000 citizens died during COVID under Terrence Singh watch because of lack of early treatment? Darren, we were very, very boisterous during COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. As a matter of fact, we were the ones that started with respect to the exiled and stranded citizens outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So we were very boisterous during that time in Trinidad and Tobago. Very, very boisterous. Margaret says, Delai Singh said he was forming a team to investigate. Any word, anything from that investigation. When he speaks, only words, no action. Typical politician. Cameron says the Minister of National Security is a failure and complete waste of time. He acts like he don't know his job. He just like to talk rubbish and play blame game for his failures. I think he's a failure. Hines is Rowley's son to help him loot more under this guise of fighting criminals. Rishi said, "Don't call his name. So much will bring more bad luck." Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, good night, Mr. Handsome. Good night, Mr. Tommy.
How you going?
So, Mr. Handsome, I would disagree. I wouldn't blame the doctors and the workers and them, right? Because they always have a saying, right?
Yeah.
Without the proper tools, you cannot do the job. You understand what I'm saying? Without the proper tools, you cannot do the job. If there's a mason and they don't have a trowel and they don't have a bucket and they don't have nothing, you can't do the job. So these nurses and them can't do the job if they don't have the proper tools. Look, this incident take place, but we can never see one picture of inside that incubation station where they used to keep the babies. Because they don't want the public to see how it is. You see, these people in the healthcare have to work with what they have. You hear that even people have to bring their own ink and their own paper to print. You hear stories about them things. So that to tell you what's going on. You remember for the COVID in Trinidad, they didn't even have masks for the healthcare workers. So that's just to show you. So without the proper tools, you can't do the job. You could be the best surgeon, you could be the best nurse, you could be wherever. But if you don't have the proper facilities, you can't do the job. Because look, nobody will take no pictures of inside these places and them and share it to the public, you know. And not one worker will call your station or any other station and see the conditions, how inside there is and was for how much years. So I look on and listen.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Tommy, I hear what Mr. Florida is saying, but in this situation, unless there is some type of evidence to prove that information was sent through the Ministry of Health and they ignore that information, then I could blame the Minister of Health. You see, I think in Trinidad and Tobago, we pass around blame too easily and not based on facts. Now let's give an example, and I'm going to still use Terrence D.L. Singh and Fitzgerald Hines. Now this situation has happened, right? Terrence D.L. Singh have been, and I'm no defender of Terrence D.L. Singh, because I could tell all the stories about Terrence D.L. Singh that you all will be shocked about between 2010 and 2015 when he was here with Dr. Rowley. But we'll leave that for another day. Fitzgerald Hines, we had the murders galore all across Trinidad and Tobago. And I can't recall the Minister of National Security coming out and having a press conference. When the little boy died up in Lavantil there, I didn't even hear from the Minister of National Security. I didn't. Maybe he said something. But there was so many deaths happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and the Minister of National Security have been silent. Not one word, not a press conference, not going on a TV, not going and talking about these things. I mean, just give people some sort of confidence. Nothing. I think since this thing happened, I have heard a lot from Terrence D.R. Singh. And I know a lot of people don't like Terrence D.R. Singh. But folks, here we speak truth to power, and that's it. My belief is that the people that are closest to this situation should have been sent home a long time ago. Why haven't anyone been sent home that we know of? How come? Why, Tommy? How come? Okay, somebody says, okay. Yeah. Ask the first. We're gonna try to get some information from somebody who working in the baby unit in the hospital. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy. I don't know. Now Margaret says Wall Street, this is not the first time 7 babies died in TT. Remember the young couple from many years ago? No, I don't remember that, Margaret. I don't remember that. Okay, so Joel Sprang Winter says 2014 Anel resigned. And the reason why Anel resigned is because of live sport. Right? I am talking about somebody. Well, you know what? You're right. Joel, you're right. You're right. Anil did resign for live sport. You have a point there. That's a valid point. You're 100% correct. Yeah, Tommy, I can't be upset with me correct. Um, Carmen said, I found when Minister of Health could come on TV and say all the hospital is his own. He should be held accountable for those deaths. So let me ask you guys a question. The people that died, if you are the commissioner of police and the police shoot people and kill them, the commissioner should be held responsible too, right? I'm just asking. What says you, Tommy?
Hmm.
And Rishi, that's more of the point that I would say no one takes responsibility.
That's it.
No one takes responsibility.
That's it.
And that's what it is.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Um, so Wall Street himself investigated himself. Are you expecting a result? No, I think there's outside people investigating that thing there, Um, let me see. Hold on, eh? Yeah. So listen to this, right? I pulled up a report. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the Trinidad-based Caribbean Industrial Research Institute, CARERI, are also assisting in investigation. Are also assisting in investigating the origin of the outbreak. So I think hopefully, we could get some independent people there. I think Dr. Surit Singh, in charge of Monctop Women Hospital. Margaret says couple had the babies in Monctop. Tommy, was that one person or was that more than one mother? Was that
Several mothers.
was several mothers?
Mothers.
Okay, several mothers.
Yes.
Mhm. Cameron says you are sure right. We like to play the blame game too much. What should happen is doctors working in a government hospital should not be working in private hospital. More interest will be exercised. Yes, and we just said that, Joel. PAHO is also investigating. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah. So I think we have some outside organizations here that will be investigating this situation, and we will get to the bottom of it. I honestly believe so. But you know what's kind of shocking though, Tommy, is the amount of murders that we have, boy. Not just shooting, boy, but all different type of murders that we never had in Trinidad and Tobago before, boy. It just seems to be never ending. Never ending, man.
Sad.
It's just sad. It's all kind of gruesome things happening that, you know, never happened before. And it just seems to be happening too often, man. And we can't hear from the Prime Minister. Look at this situation. 7 babies, and we didn't hear from the Prime Minister. Not even a letter on his Facebook page, on the government Facebook page. Nothing, boy. Nothing. What type of Prime Minister do we have? Nothing from him. Oh boy. Not one word, as Shugalo says. Not one word. Cameron says, I agree with your point. We need to find out if the issue of baby dying was sent to the Ministry of Health. If this is the case, then it must be held accountable if that doctor's hide. It's scary. And that's the point, The point I'm raising here is that we are just saying 7 babies died, the Minister of Health should be responsible. But I am saying that I am looking for, okay, here what happened. The people in that department sent to the Ministry of Health and tell them, you know what? We have problems here. We need assistance. We need A, we need B, we need C, we need D. And the Ministry of Health didn't give them. Then the Minister of Health is responsible and they should fire him forthwith. He should resign forthwith. But I think we just jumping and saying to get rid of him because the 7 babies died. And we don't have the information. And that's what we have to do. We just can't be jumping up and saying, listen, we have information why Fitzgerald should go. We do. We have a body of information. And if you ask me, 99% of Trinidad and Tobago will agree with that. That Fitzgerald should go. But I think we need to take a different approach with respect to the Minister of Health and find information to make him culpable in that situation. That's just that's my idea. How come there isn't a police investigation after all babies died? 4,000 plus died under Terrence during COVID, and he did not resign or change position. You think he go resign for 7 babies? Yeah, but Caribbean soul, we have to be honest though. All across the world, we had plenty people dying under any Minister of Health. All across the world. You know what I'm saying? Darren, which question was that? No, I just said it. How come there's no police investigation after all 7 babies died? I don't know. That's a good question. You think the police gets involved in that, Tommy?
Never tell. Never tell.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I just think that and you know what? And you know what, Rishi? I agree with that statement. No one must be held responsible for anything in Trinidad and Tobago. For example, they went to Barbados, they captured a man, bring him back to Trinidad, right? Who was held responsible? People die in a pipe in Paria. Who was held responsible? So many things happening in the country, and people are not held responsible. You could do something. I mean, a man walk out a police station and he gets shoot dead. Who they hold? Who they find? Who they hold? Nobody. 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 So we have become a lawless society. Lawless society. And I think it's at its worst ever. Bijam say life laws, police must investigate. Police must investigate. Wall Street true, but I'm sure all across the world had a minister of health who knows his job. Well, you know something though? You know something though, Caribbean soul? We have a problem in Trinidad and Tobago. We put in, and listen to me carefully, I'm changing it, we put in wrong pegs in square holes. Right? What does Fitzgerald Lines know about security? Eh? You don't know not much security. So we have a lot of people in ministries and as ministers, and they don't know. Listen, Stuart Young was Minister of National Security. Now he's Minister of Energy. Right, Tommy? He was Minister of National Security. And he goes from Minister of National Security to Minister of Energy. So you don't really have to have no experience in to be in a ministry. You should, but sometimes you don't. Margaret says all over the world people died, but in TNT was politics as usual. Then Parasam resigned recently. Yeah, I think Parasam resigned recently, but I don't know what he resigned for though. So you're telling me there shouldn't be a police investigation because it could be negligence? No, 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 Darren. I am not saying that there shouldn't be a police investigation. I just don't know what. And Bijram says anytime somebody dies, there's a police investigation. So I would think that there will be a police investigation. Indra says, what about all the people dying in Trinidad because of the lack of proper health care and the lack of medication in CDAP program? And they cannot afford to buy it in the pharmacy. That's murder too. Oh God. Indra. Now, I understand that. The lack of proper health care and lack of medication, that's a big problem. Rishi says no point police investigate because it will it costs 10 million and take 10 years. We're just going in circles. Yep. Caribbean says, Washington, you'll agree with me. PNM government minister is all mixed up in position. Only AG Armour is actually a lawyer. Well, Faris Arabi was a lawyer. Yeah. Young is a lawyer. Fitzgerald Hines is a lawyer. Right. So Bijram says, Minister of Health is a pharmacist, he's not a doctor. So you have some knowledge, I would think. But I want to get to this. Let me get to this video here. I wanted to get to this video. Yeah, TNT healthcare is in a dark ages. Correct is right. 100%. And think about this, right, Margaret? Most of the times, most of the top people in Trinidad and Tobago go outside of Trinidad and Tobago for healthcare, including the Prime Minister. What type of message does that send? So, guys, I want you guys to listen to this.
Never take my kindness for weakness. That was the repeated strong warning from opposition leader Kamla Prasad last night as she spoke at the UNC's Monday report in Muruga. I serve you with notice. Don't say you were never notified, Prasad added, without calling names of her detractors. The UNC meeting occurred even as a meeting was also scheduled to be held last night at San Fernando Yacht Club by dissident MPs, Mayaro Rushton Perry, Rodney Charles, Naparima, and Anita Hainzeline, Tabakeet, with party members. It was the latest meeting Perry has addressed. He recently led a challenge to Prasad Bisesar to have UNC national executive elections in June. It was confirmed yesterday that Perry was invited to speak at the Yacht Club, just as he was invited to address another meeting last week in Cuba. The San Fernando meeting was advertised as being under the San Fernando Organizing Committee. It was organized by one of the UNC's former technical operators. Also, Chaguana's West MP Dinesh Rambali again repeated his calls for Prasad Bisesar to step down in order to give the party its best chance at winning the next general election. Rambali, who supported Perry's Natex call, last Friday verbally attacked Prasad Bisesar's leadership. Last night, Prasad Bisesar, starting her address, jovially thanked people for the feedback of love and smiles. She said love was very important, and if I could sing with you, I'd sing, put a little love in your heart, don't be angry all the time. Without identifying anyone, she added, I wonder, some people when they wake up in the morning, like they have nothing good to do, or say. Some people, from the time they get up in the morning, sometimes they don't even sleep, they're keyboard warriors, send a smile, send some yellow hearts at least, but some people seem to live in so much anger and pain. Let us say God bless them, put a little love in your heart, and live a good life. Live your best life. She said the UNC had grown tremendously between the time she and UNC Deputy Leader Rudal Munalal had joined it and now represents every creed, race, and religion representing T&T's diversity. Saying the UNC will continue being a party of great diversity and tolerance, she added that when members began years ago, one couldn't see the mix, as what was seen at last night's meeting. Prasad Bisesar said the UNC was open to all people from all walks of life, all faiths, morals, and value must be respected as all are equally important. She said she remembered late Minister, MP Morgan Job used to tell her, see not race in every face, see grace as we're all children of God. I ask you to remember that, see not race in every face, but see grace, because we're all children of God. That is my heartfelt belief and a foundation stone of the great UNC. There's no room for intolerance, extremism of any kind in our UNC. As your leader, as a national leader, I represent all people equally and fairly, she said. I cannot and will not be controlled by any individual or group to promote any singular agenda at the expense of other sections of our country. I'll always promote the well-being of our diverse, beautiful people, with the same level of love and commitment I've always shown in my life. I'll continue to participate in every aspect of our multicultural society without fear. Likewise, I respect the right of any person who chooses not to participate in accordance with their own views to do as they think best. We're still a free society. Prasad Bisesar said that is the choice she's made. And that's the choice I ask every UNC member to make to participate in the diversity that is TNT. There will always be differences in any society, but I believe I show love and respect to all equally. As leader of this great UNC party and as a national leader, I give you the assurance I'll show tolerance, love and compassion without fear or favor. But I warn you, she said, her voice growing firmer, do not take my kindness for weakness. Do not take my kindness for weakness. I warn you. Because I am strong, I'm UNC, and proud. Never ever, ever take my kindness for weakness. Never. I serve you with notice. Don't say you were never notified. 200 nominations for 39 seats. Prasad Bisesar, who praised Maruga MP Michelle Benjamin, said the UNC had received 200 general election nominations for the 39 seats in Trinidad. She said that meant people like the party they want to represent. She said there would have to be screening. After last Thursday's deadline for submissions of nominations, she added, we don't want to be caught off guard. As of now, the next step is for the UNC Secretariat to engage in thorough fact-checking of each of these nominations, to verify the veracity of the information each of them would have submitted. That's what will be taking place now, as per procedure and process. She said the party must do what it must do in accordance with its constitution as it goes forward. Persad Besessor, noting 2 by-elections due ahead, also said, it will be licks like fire. We'll wipe them up in both seats.
And there you have it, folks. That is
Yep.
Mrs. Kamala Persad Besessor response to what's happening. And it's very simple. You know how it goes in Trinidad and Tobago. It's what can you say? It's maximum leadership, Tommy.
Yep.
And I just don't see how, if they have an internal election or if they don't have an internal election, that, well, let me ask the question, Tommy. Do you believe that well, Rodney Charles not going back up? And let me see if I could get Rodney Charles again. I tried him last time. Let me try him again. Rodney Charles. Here we go. So, folks, I'm trying Rodney Charles. What I want to know, Tommy, is that, in my estimation, right, if there is no internal election, how could Mrs. Kamala Persad Besessor select these people for a seat? How could they be put in a seat for the UNC? You know, I mean, I don't see it. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't see how. I don't see how. Dennis Ramberly, Anita Haynes, Rushton Parry. Well, Rodney Charles is not running, and I think there's one other person. I don't remember that other person's name. You guys can tell me that person's name. I don't see how, if they have picking MPs. Let's say the UNC does not have an internal election. Let's go under that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's say the UNC has an internal election and Mrs. Kamala Persad Besessor wins again. Do you think she's going to pick these guys to be MPs for certain constituencies? I don't think so. What says you, Tommy?
I think she may have no other choice but to pick some of them.
She doesn't have a choice but to pick some of them?
She may have to.
Nah, I mean, how could you pick, in all intents and purposes, she could say they're not being loyal to me. Don't you want people who are loyal to you as a political leader?
Yes.
Yeah, injustice, definitely not. Yeah. Yeah. Caribbean Soul, what do you think? Rishi, what do you think? Do you guys believe that, let's say there's an internal election in the UNC and Mrs. Kamala Persad Besessor win, if she's going to pick these 4 individuals, well, the 5th one, they're going to have, I think, Jantilal Lachmidia is putting her name up for Naparima. I think that's what I saw somewhere. Right? So that Rodney Charles seat is already out the window. I just don't see how she could pick these 4 individuals to put them back up in her seat. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Because politics is all about loyalty, you know. Well, I mean, nah, they ain't gonna form their own party, right? All they can do, the idea now, if there's an internal election, they have to really, really, really work hard to try and defeat Mrs. Kamna Prasad Processor. And that's a tall order. I really don't know the UNC politics, but from an outsider looking in, I think that's a tall order in order for them to defeat Mrs. Kamna Prasad Processor in an internal election. You know? Yeah, Clarence Rambert left PNM as a former agriculture minister. Not a word from him. Yeah, boy. Correct is right, you know. Not one word from him, you know.
It's true.
Yeah. Bijam says she will not take them back. Pandis say they're in the macarons. I believe Ramboli didn't get his 36 signatures to go off for Chagonas West. So I don't know his position. Oh God, you see Tommy? You see already? Well, you had to get
Yeah.
36 signatures in order to go up? Oh, okay. Darren says no worship. According to UNC Constitution, the NATES election is due in June and the leadership election in 2025. So the leadership election is due in 2025. And the NATEX, which is like, call it management, is due June
This
this
year.
year. June this year. Yeah. Well, I mean, anyhow you take it, leadership is not due until 2025. So, folks, we are asking the question. We are asking the question. Do you believe that, let's say there's an internal election and Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bissessar wins, is she going to put back up the four candidates who are contesting her leadership to run for a constituency in the next general election? Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, I just don't see how she can. I don't see how she can do it. But Tommy, there was another big story that happened over the weekend. Another gentleman, she can't do that. What she can't do, Rishi?
He got to let us know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Wall Street.
Yeah, he's
I paying attention closely. There are a crew trying to take over the UNC party. Ramona is one of them in that also. So Joel Sprang is saying both elections can be held simultaneously or together if the leader chooses. So what you're saying, Joel, is that the internal election can be postponed. No, the NATEX election can be postponed until 2025 when there's the election for the leadership. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yes, because she doesn't hold grudges. She'll act in the best interest of the country. Okay. That is like putting the cat to watch the milk. Okay. She, I she. I like putting the cat to watch the milk. She could do it, but she won't do it. Okay. That great granny should be gracious and step down to give someone responsibility of leadership. And that is Mr. Parry. Okay. I'm 50% sure Vassan trying to make a comeback if Parry win that leadership. I am both can be held this year if she so chooses. Okay. Both can be held in 2024. Both the leadership and the NATEX election. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to go to this other video here with um Cayman 6 did an impromptu interview with a gentleman from Greece. Tommy, all these people from outside of Trinidad are able to go up into Laventille and talk to these guys and them.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Isn't that interesting, though?
Very.
You know, I mean, these guys are coming from outside. One was from
Switch to Chrome.
the guy that just do the one year was from Greece, right?
Yep.
And he was able to do an interview. All right, so let's take a look at that. Hold on. Let's take a look at that, folks.
Yep.
Judy say, I can see Vasan and Parry. Oh, here comes Ken. Ken, where you going? Kamala will get licks again by Rowley PNM. Though divide is UNC PNM is UNC PNM multiply and does win. Aha, is Roman weed. Kamala one and Christian Rambochan. Okay. The first criteria for any leader is loyalty. Those four have none whatsoever. Yeah, I think loyalty is important. I mean, okay, I'm learning information here. Caribbean Social Worship Rambali father is the chairman for the Hindu school. So it's Hindu foul play going on in the UNC right now because Rambali believes he could use his father power, Hindu support. Okay. Wow. Interesting. So let's listen to this video here. This is a this guy went into Laventille and interviewing Cayman 6. Take a listen.
Cut my chest here, push out
What?
tube.
Yeah, they have to cut it and push out tube.
So you could be dead now? Yeah.
You're smiling.
Some months ago, they tried to kill me on the highway too. Coming down, driving on the highway.
Video and show him, boy.
Driver mash gas, full steering, driver dead one time. Right, second time though.
2 times happened.
Yeah. First time they shoot me, second time not as scratch.
Bro, if I was you, I would be out of Trinidad now.
Yeah.
Man, I would be in China.
No, there's a video with it when they try to kill him second time.
Give me the video. It's fuck case. This guy is strong. And they run with the guns.
4, 5, 6 gunmen coming.
Yeah, on the highway, around this time, broad daylight.
But why they want to come after you? Just jealousy?
Bad singer, boy, I mean, no.
And people love you, know, love your music.
Yeah, everybody love, but that's few men, artists before me on the other side, not like all boy.
So these people from the 7,
yeah,
they also singing, and because you grew,
yeah,
now
them in the game 3, 4, 5 years now. Me come 3 months, me boss reach on top of them. 4 months higher, 6 months higher, 8 months higher.
Guys, crazy stories, man. This guy is strong. Got shot. He's still here alive, smiling. You live near to death and you're smiling. You're like strong.
They survived too. He was lineman. Next to the corner there. Gunman jump out.
How many?
Gunman. Like 4. 2 guys got killed. He got shot. He got shot.
You also got shot. What's going on, bro? It was painful, no?
Yeah.
You guys are warriors. No, you're not normal people. You're stronger than the average person. You're not scared, no? You're not scared, no? What saved you? You think it's the God or luck? Me, I ran. If I see a fight, I run. I ran, man.
Enemies, man.
Enemies are there.
Yeah, short side.
So 6 is here and 7 is there.
Yeah, on the short side, short front.
You think in the future 6, 7 together or no?
Never, boy.
Difficult, no?
They touch me too deep for me turn back friends, boy.
You
Never, ever.
You almost died. And you did nothing wrong. You never killed anyone.
That's music, boy.
Just lyrics, words, wind coming out of my mouth.
What your mom said, scared now.
No, well, she understand the life. A parent who will be living around here, who child grow up around here, will understand, you know, what really going on. They will understand the life them living. So they will understand to a point, well, if they so we get any money, then leave them, you know.
Yes.
At least you not robbing nobody, at least you not going behind nobody and robbing nobody, taking a thing, you lock up, you understand, making no jail time, you know, to grow up out here. Really and truly, most of the time, the only hope is to rob somebody, you know. So for somebody to actually come out and be doing something positive and getting money in a legal way, everybody's supposed to be glad for that person, I tell you. If I wasn't singing, you might have to be worrying about me taking your thing and running and you have to run me down or some kind of thing, you know. At least I'm on a good track now. But you see how it is go. Trying to do better, trying to do different from everybody else, and it's the same fight down. As if it wasn't that.
So one mistake.
The bullet hit me here, so whap. And
Here,
come
no.
out, so you know.
So if you were coming inside, you will be dead.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's listen a bit of K-Man now. That's his own song. Unreleased. You never released it. Wow, guys, you're the first ones listening to this song. Yes, like it, no? Guys, this music is called Dreamy Band. K-Man has a sweet voice.
Me, I only know reggaeton, man. I only know reggaeton. I told him. You know reggaeton, guys.
Guitar?
Like a Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Like a reggaeton.
Tommy boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know when. I don't know when that thing is gonna stop, man. You know?
It's sad.
That's sad, man. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sad, man. I don't know. Yeah, but you know what? Indra, I see that thing with Cazelle Jackson, but Cazelle Jackson, in my estimation, right? She booked an interview here with us on WZYE 95.9 FM, and she booked it with me. Me.
Never kept.
And never kept a promise. Never kept a promise. Never. Never. Never even sent a message to say why she couldn't make it. Them want to be political leader. Just an interview or send a message, a text, and say, well, listen, I got caught up. I had to do something. No message. And them want to be political leaders. Please. Miss me, yes? Them, how people could trust them, boy? How people could trust them? Yeah, she formed her own party to go up for election. She was an observer this evening. She's not sure if the party will be going up for all 41 seats. I just stay away from them. You know? I rather me and Tommy just come here and we talk by ourselves, and that is it. Talk to nobody. Them are no scruples, man. Them are no kind of respect, man. Disrespect at its fullest. Yeah? And up to today, not one word from her. Not one word. Yeah.
Yep. Full discipline.
Yeah. Darren says, if Kamala hold an internal election, do you really think Parry can beat her? Well, think about it this way, right? The UNC have 19 seats, right? 5 MPs is with, including Parry, is on the other side. So there's 14 MPs with Kamala Prasad Bissessa. Who you think will win that fight?
Kamala.
I mean, that's simple maths, you know. That's simple maths.
Straight up.
No Caribbean soul. No Caribbean soul. Do you believe PNM will change the leadership right before election bell is rang? No, I don't think so. Judy says, Dutish females will vote for her because they are beggars behind her. I go vote Rowley back before she. I don't know. We all are entitled to forgiveness. But none of us are perfect. But when a person show you who they are, believe them. That's what I would say. Rishi says, don't say Kamala will win, you know. People are very underneath. You know, folks, I am just, Tommy, I really don't know. I don't know. It's just every single day is some type of story. Right? So I'm gonna look for something here. Where did I put that? All right, I don't know where that went. Yeah, Tommy boy, it's never ending. It's just never ending. Oh no, I think I know where I have that. Let me see if I put it in one. No, I didn't put it there either. I'm looking for a video that I put here. Okay, here it is. No, it's just
I don't have time to hate someone while I'm busy building myself up. I either love you or I don't give a damn. I'm not everyone's friend. I talk with everyone. I laugh with everyone. But I'm not everyone's friend. Friendship in this day and age is on the lips of many, but in the hearts of very few. It calls you friend when they need you and enemy when you're no longer useful to them. That's why I'm not everyone's friend, only those who know what friendship really means and who know how to respect mine.
Tommy, there was a pastor that I want to play this one. Listen to this pastor. Oh, there we go again. Somehow these things are not the audio on these things. I gotta double check these things. Sorry about that. When I put those things up, somehow, okay, here is this other one.
You know, when a person likes titles, it's a sign that they are actually a slave. Let me explain why. Because they get their value from the title. Most of the people who love positions are not leaders because they get their worth from the position. That's why they will kill you to keep it. Because if they lose it, they lose themselves. Because they have made themselves one with their title and their position. That's why they become offended when you don't call them by their title. You know, Bishop Jones. You can't say Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, they don't want to look Mr. Jones. I'm not Mr. Jones. These are sick people. The more titles you need, the less you are a leader. sometimes I smile. I see these people, dressed in all kind of regalia. I mean regalia. And they got 10 titles behind their name, Right Reverend, Honorable Bishop, Eternal, Potentate. And I'm like, this guy is totally sick. I would never have lunch with this person. It's too much weight to carry at lunch. The more successful you are as a leader, the less titles you need. Can you write that down, please? What did I say? The more successful you are as a leader, the less titles you need. Always remember that. As a matter of fact, your goal in life is to reduce yourself to your first name. Because even your last name is not yours. Monroe is not my name. It's a Scottish name. It's from Scotland. That means the master that owned my great-grandfather was a white Scottishman. So they named the slaves after the master's name. They said, that's Monroe's slave. That's how I got Monroe. I'm not Monroe, I'm Miles.
There you have it. That's a famous guy,
Yep. Miles Monroe.
To me, it just sounds like if tonight was a somewhat of a down night, boy. Because so much things happening in the country, and it seemed like it's just never ending, and
Yep.
as I explained, I say we just really can't go on this way, man. And just imagine we outside of Trinidad and Tobago, and the people who have to live in Trinidad and Tobago have to deal with this. And I'm sure there are many people in Trinidad and Tobago who are fine with what's going on. There are many people who are fine with what's going on. And they don't have any problem. But anyway, let's have a little fun before we go.
Whatever you hear about turkey teeth, I'm not talking about turkey in your teeth. I'm talking about brand new teeth in Turkey. So apparently people from all over the world fly to Turkey to get their teeth done. And let me tell you something, some of them experiences is not nice. So they say Turkey is the place to go and do your teeth. Why? Because it's cheap. Something you will pay 80,000 for, you might get for 3,000. But what the Chinese and them not say, good thing no cheap and cheap thing no good. When you go to Turkey to do your teeth, they're setting you up in hotel and thing, they make you feel real nice, real nice, yeah. Dental tourism, they calling it all, yeah. They're making money because they're getting incentives from the government. The one thing about Turkey is I have no insurance, so if anything go wrong here, what? You're not getting your money back. And if anything go wrong when you come back home, you will have to fly back out, and you will have to pay for it again. If you ain't do your research, you could put yourself in real problem. Because apparently a lot of the people who go into Turkey not getting veneers, they're getting crowns. I can't understand. Now you shaving on your good teeth. You're looking like Smeagol. My precious. To put on fake teeth. Make it make sense, nah, man. Ronaldinho had buck teeth his whole life and he was just fine. Imagine after you could buy teeth like how you just buy tiles, where you want porcelain, ceramic. You come back home looking like you have a whole pack of Trident in your mouth. It's a composite bonding, it's a composite veneers. You just have to do your research to know exactly where you're getting yourself into now, boy. And what they're saying is the most important thing when you go by these cosmetic dentists is the lab technicians. The people who making the teeth. You go on in there and come out worse than you was looking before. You come back home, you can even eat crab and dumpling. Because if you bite into that crab, your porcelain stick in the gun there. I just saying, what you all are doing now there, do your research. Your grandmother used to say, if your thing broken, don't fix it. You do you, yes? Yeah. You ain't like your smile? You want turkey teeth?
Folks, you're going to go for a quick break. I'll be right back. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington U on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington U on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. So, folks, put closing comments in the chat. Put closing comments in the chat. Indra says, Wall Street, I was now thinking to tell you to cheer up. I'm hearing it in your voice. Yeah, it just, yeah, dong night. Life is what you make of it. Yeah, really and truly. It's just a dong night when you think about it. Wall Street, how long you living in the USA, man? July 4th this year will be 47 years. That's a long time. Tommy, even longer than me. Tommy, how long?
July 9th, 1972 till now.
How much?
That's 52 years.
52 years. Boy, Tommy, you passed the half a century, boy. You're batting well. I under half a century. So, folks, we come here and we do this show, and we try our best every night. But some days, and I have that quote, and here's the quote, some days are better, some days are worse. Look for the blessings instead of the curse. Be positive, stay strong, and get enough rest. You can't do it all, but you can do your best. From where I said, this is it. The clock on the wall said, that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Love is the only key.
1986 is her anniversary. Go ahead, Tommy.
Love is the only key I know to life. Like I always say, you have to become the change you want to see. You, when you look at yourself as the man in the mirror, you are responsible. However, if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you give them a hand to come up. Love you all. Be safe till our next meeting.
Use
this.
There you go, Tommy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good night.
Caribbean Sister Worship, that's okay. I myself don't have much to talk about also. There's something that's non-issues for me, but issues for other radio hosts. Carmen Moore says, Nina, you're right. Our Prime Minister Honorable is doing a great job. When we look at disaster like COVID-19 passed through our country, and the government ministry stayed strong with their staff while the country is doing good. Only our kind don't understand. Children go to school and do well. Otherwise, we will catch real hell. Okay. Thank you, Carmen. Carmen, where you join us from? I don't believe him. Sure will do a well job. Mean Jean says, Dong night, life is what you make of it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get that Caribbean. So my song for tonight, David Rudder, Madman Rant. Yeah. So folks, so it was a pleasure you joining us. We're gonna go out with a Madman Rant by David Rudder. You can still put your closing comments in the chat as we leave you. Good night, folks. Take care.
Good night.
Later. All right.
Somebody promising more police car. Somebody going to take the country far. Somebody putting all the bandits away. He said, if they do the crime, they're going to damn well pay. But somebody promising a human rights, while somebody threatening to put out their lights. The Montreal full with little Trinidad boys. A bullet start to whine and put an end to the joy. Now they're lying cold for their mama to mourn. The Nike gone, the gold teeth gone. You see, they want their pocket full with blue silk. They want the stock you drinking full cream milk. The little red silk is not their true friend. The blue one have two extra knots on the end. So a tag on the toe is now they take it to hell. But look where we reach, well, I hear a madman call. As he spread out on a wall, he said, this is it, I've been hit. No time to give up, brother, no time to quit. Was the chant of a madman in the stale from a strange land. We need the chant of the madman. It's the only salvation. I said the chant of a madman in the stale from a strange land. We need the chant of the madman. Lord, it's the only solution. Anywhere you turn, somebody chanting to we. What do we and we go set you free? Somebody promising natural law. Die like a yogi, end all the war. Seek inner peace, end all the pain. The same woman promising to put on again. Somebody promising to run all the bread. Somebody pushing a world-class head. Somebody clean out the weed well fast. But somebody letting the cocaine pass. Somebody promised to abolish the tax. Somebody promised to kill with the facts. Somebody promised to clean up the land. But in this clean land, rats still killing man. We bright little youths going to waste. Somebody lynch the smile on their face. Somebody take one love off the shelf. Then the one love boys that the sell out themselves. Somebody going to end all this talk about race. But they can't tell me that with a straight face. Big men dying, the crime can't solve. A madman rant is my only resolve. I hear the madman call as he lie on a wall. He said, this is it, I've been hit. But no time to give up, brother, no time to quit. A chant of a madman in this tale from a strange land. It was a chant of a